guys, before we get started with this video, I would just like to say if you're enjoying my content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and give that notification bell a big ol' smack for me. It helps the channel out a lot. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So there is a very big situation going right now within the Roblox community, and it's so big that even I'm talking about it. You know, a guy who tries to stay away from, big situations and drama in general. But even I am finally putting my foot down and saying, you know what? This is big enough that even Barney has to say something, okay? Now, it is in regards to the Schlepp situation. Now, in case you happen to be living under a rock and have no idea what the Schlepp situation is, I would encourage you to go out and touch some digital grass, because you are definitely living under a rock, a digital rock. So please go and, go touch some digital grass. Okay, now that you have touched some digital grass, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. So Schlepp is another YouTuber who has dedicated his YouTube channel to catching predators on Roblox. Now, of course, as most of us are well aware, most of Roblox's player base is probably under the age of 13, maybe even like younger than that. Now, of course, this makes it an absolute playground and playground for people who are attracted to people of that age. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And it's no surprise to anybody when I say this. Roblox moderation sucks, okay? There are some people who think Roblox is just doing absolutely nothing. There are some people who believe they're just not doing enough. So what Schlepp did is he got a little group together and dedicated that group to catching predators on Roblox. So here's what he would do, alright? I don't know how he would find these predators. This is the part that I'm not entirely sure about. But somehow or other, he would find the predators, and he would pose, he or somebody in his team, would pose as a young child, right? And they would get the predator to start talking to them. This would often move over to Discord into DMs and voice chat sessions, because oftentimes predators want, like, proof that they're talking to a real child and not like an adult, or even worse for them, a cop, because naturally they know that what they're doing is illegal and can get them arrested and, their lives ruined. So oftentimes they want to voice chat with their victims to make sure that, it's an actual child. So somebody in Schlepp's group that he has is very good at imitating a child voice. I was actually there during one of the sessions they were having, and I heard the voice actress posing as the child, and she did it flawlessly. Absolutely flawlessly. She really did sound like a child, but of course, she was an adult. She was well over the age of 18. She's a legal adult, but she was very much able to imitate a child's voice. So then it was all about gaining the predator's trust and getting as much evidence as possible from them. Them identifying things about themselves, and of course, getting evidence of them actually trying to prey on what they believed to be a child. So, oftentimes explicit messages will get sent, explicit images and videos and audio files and stuff, and this would all be logged, and then a lot of times these predators are stupid enough to reveal, where they are, what their names are, their faces, their phone numbers even. These people are not smart people, folks. So this has led to the decoy account, the person posing as the child, saying, hey, let's meet up in real life. And the predator will, of course, be all over that. So then, a meet will be scheduled near where the predator lives after they've figured out where he lives. But of course, when the predator arrives on the scene, instead of a young, impressionable child, he is met by Schlepp and oftentimes another YouTuber called Jadion. I hope I am pronouncing his name correctly. If I am not, I apologize. And a lot of times local law enforcement is in on the catch. So what would happen often after Schlepp and Jadion talked to the predator is the predator would get locked up and arrested. And all the evidence of everything the predator said, sent, And pretty much everything that led up to that catch is sent to law enforcement. So these people are taken away and can no longer pose a threat to young, impressionable children anymore. So, I think there are very few people on planet Earth who could argue that this is a bad thing, right? Getting these obvious threats to society away from the internet and away from society itself, because these are people that should not even be in decent society. But apparently one of those very few people on planet Earth who believes that this is not a good thing is the Roblox Corporation. Yeah, the Roblox Corporation. Because what they just did to Schlepp is they sent him a cease and desist notice. And they went ahead and banned every single Roblox account that he has ever made since childhood, and basically are preventing him from ever accessing the platform again under legal threat. So he could actually now face legal consequences from Roblox if he even attempts to access the platform ever again. Now, Schlepp has not been quiet at all about his opinions on Roblox moderation and how, they have just blatantly allowed so much bad stuff to go on the platform. He even would reply to the CEO himself, David Baszucki, on Twitter, X, call it what you will, for like a long time until David finally blocked him. David or whoever was running his Twitter account. Probably whoever was running his Twitter. But I mean, hey, maybe David had the final say in saying, alright, get whoever's running the account right now to block this guy. Then after that, they went ahead and actually added a new rule on Roblox, preventing anyone from ever replicating what Schlepp and his team did. They called it a vigilante group. So they basically, in essence, said, look, you can't be trying to enforce the rules of Roblox yourselves. That is the job of the Roblox moderators. We do not want you trying to enforce the rules when, that's the moderator's job. But the problem is, the moderators don't do that job. The whole reason Schlepp and his team started this mission of theirs is because Roblox moderation doesn't do the job they're supposed to do. If they did, hey, maybe there wouldn't be a need for things like this. So not only are they preventing Schlepp from doing this now, but they're preventing anyone from ever doing anything like what he is doing again. Now, Roblox also even said that the reason they're adding this rule is because they basically think that Schlepp is doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. They're essentially calling him an anti-hero, in where they think that he is doing this just to glorify himself, to get himself views, ad revenue or whatever, but basically they think he's doing it for selfish reasons, not to try to actually help the Roblox platform, which is complete and utter BS, because Schlepp actually came out publicly and said no. The thing that started all of this for him was the fact that he actually was victimized by a predator as a child himself on Roblox, and he doesn't want anyone to ever have to go through what he went through. So this is a very deeply personal mission for him. So now, I can't even fathom the amount of, pure anger, rage, depression, and all these negative emotions that must be going through him right now, throughout this whole thing. I can only imagine it, dude. And this has sent a message to us as players. I mean, nothing really new, but this only basically confirms it, that Roblox does not care. They do not care. They sit here and they try to make these claims that, we really do take our moderation seriously and safety is our number one priority. Yeah, well, actions speak louder than words, Roblox, alright? You can sit here and say, that you really care about user safety all you want, but it doesn't mean jack if you don't back it up. Doesn't mean jack if you don't back it up. Actions speak louder than words, and your actions that you made against Schlepp and his team, and your attempt to make sure nobody ever does it again, that tells us just how real those words are. That, we take moderation seriously. They're empty, hollow words, and those actions proved it to us, Roblox. They proved it to us. Maybe there are some people inside Roblox who genuinely do care, and want to, make changes for the platform, but obviously those are not people who are in positions of power. The people who are at the top in positions of power, who make all the decisions, do not seem to care. The CEO, David Baszucki, he is too busy, trying to impress stockholders, and trying to introduce dating to the platform. And probably trying to give himself raises and counting the fortune that he's probably got under his belt right now. He's too busy counting his bills to notice the absolute inferno that is going on underneath his feet. He's too busy. Too busy with that stuff. User safety is at the bottom of his priority list. The very, very bottom. And this proves it to us. Alright? Now, Roblox, of course, has done this sort of thing before. The Ruben Sim situation, of course, is very, very popular. So this is now the second time that they have legally threatened somebody who has been openly critical of their moderation. So what kind of message does this send to us? Not only that Roblox doesn't care, but what kind of message does this send about how Roblox is going to respond to their critics? Now, of course, Ruben Sim and Schlepp are probably two of the most vocal people that were not afraid at all to just go right to the CEO himself, constantly go to the Roblox Twitter account and say stuff to them all the time. So if they're willing to do it to them, how much longer will it be until they start doing it to others, right? The other people who are also very vocal about their moderation. Where is the line drawn up at, whoever takes care of the legal stuff inside Roblox, or even to David Baszucki himself? Where is the line drawn between, we're just going to ignore that critic. Oh, but that critic, we're going to silence him. We are going to shut him down completely. Where is that line drawn, Mr. Baszucki? In your mind, where is that line drawn? So, how long is it going to take before Roblox starts going after other people, right? This move they made against Schlepp was probably intended to get people who are also very vocal about their moderation to just shut up. Because, to Roblox, going to court and paying for legal fees or whatever, it's not just a drop in the bucket. It's a drop in the ocean. It's nothing to them. Nothing. They won't even bat an eye to it. People like you and me, though, going to court will financially destroy us. Financially destroy us. Ruin our lives. So, Roblox has a very massive advantage in any kind of legal situation. Not to mention, who knows? Maybe they could try to pull the strings and, screw the case entirely, bribe people who are in the court cases to go on their side. Who knows? They have all the money in the world. They could do it. They probably know how to sweep things under the rug, too. So maybe, just maybe, this was also meant as an intimidation tactic to silence other critics they have out of fear. Because you gotta remember, Roblox wants to impress stockholders and investors really, really bad. So when people just will not shut up about how bad their moderation is, how do you think that makes Roblox look, right? So if they could just get all these people to suddenly stop, that would look great for them. That would look great for them, and that's probably exactly what they want. Now, of course, I can't confirm that this was part of their whole thing here. It could have just been to stop, Schlepp himself. Could have been. But honestly, wouldn't surprise me at all if this was meant as an intimidation tactic. And Roblox, if that was your intent with this, it had the opposite effect. Completely backfired on you because it made the entire Roblox community go up in flames against you. Because there have been YouTubers talking about it, people on Twitter talking about it. There's probably people on other social media platforms all over the globe talking about this right now. Because this is one of the darkest days in Roblox history, I think, where Roblox themselves is actively trying to stop people who are trying to make their platform safer. This is a dark, dark day. And here's the thing. We can't keep letting them do it. We can't. We can't stay silent about it. We have to blast Roblox about this. So right now there is a hashtag going around called Free Schlepp. I'll put it in the title in case you don't know how to spell his name. And we need to spread that hashtag absolutely everywhere. And we can't let this trend die either. We can't let it die. We need Roblox to know that they can't keep doing this. They can't be targeting the very people who are trying to make their platform safer. And they can't be, trying to make legal threats against those said people, Like, I don't know why they think that Schlepp wants to hurt Roblox. Why? Because he replies to your Twitter DMs, or not DMs, your posts all the time telling you how bad your moderation is? He doesn't do that out of a place of wanting to see, your feelings hurt, or, to hurt you. No, he wants you to improve! He wants you to improve and actually protect your users. That's what he wants, Roblox. That's what we want. That's what we want as players. None of us want to see Roblox get shut down. None of us want that. Okay, maybe there's some people that do, but the great majority of us don't. That's not what we want. We want you to improve and protect your users that you have a responsibility to protect. That's what we want. I was not, luckily, a victim of predators when I was a kid. But I know how vulnerable I was as a kid. If I was contacted by a predator at a very, very young age, I would have fallen for it. I absolutely would have. 110% would have. So the fact that, there are people being taken advantage of, that are in those vulnerable ages, and Roblox doesn't give a flying you-know-what. They don't give a flying you-know-what about it. And maybe there's some people in Roblox who do, but like I said, obviously the people in power do not give a flying you-know-what. Is infuriating. And if it's infuriating for me, a guy who has never, been targeted by predators as a child, what is this, how does this feel for people like Schlepp, who were targeted by predators? And everyone around the globe who has ever been affected by a predator. How does this make them feel? I can only fathom. I probably can't even fathom how that must make them feel. So we need to make this situation as public as possible. I want everyone on every social media that they have to post that hashtag #FreeSchlepp everywhere. And definitely tag Roblox in it, tag David Baszucki in it, and get these people to know what they've done wrong and what they got to do to fix it. That is what you guys need to do. I've already done it on Twitter myself. The post blew up naturally. I'm making this video right now. And you know what? If I get a cease and desist in my mailbox, whatever. That's a great way to go out, to do the right thing, And before any of you say, oh, I have no following. I'm just a random person on the internet. What's my voice gonna do? Every individual voice counts, okay? Even if, a million small people all came together, that's still a million people. Even if each individual one is small, it all adds up. So every voice counts. No matter how small you are or think you are, your voice counts. So go out there and use it. Use it for the right reasons. Go out there and get Roblox's attention in any way you can. So anyway, yeah, that is basically the situation in a nutshell and how I feel about it. I really had to resist the urge to swear in this video. I really, really did. And I even considered allowing myself to, because I know YouTube's starting to actually kind of be more lenient on that. But I'm not doing it. I really had to resist the urge to do it, though. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next trolling video. See you later.